Michael Jordan played 5 seasons in his career without me as a teammate. He was under 500 all 5 seasons. Fact. Michael Jordan went to the playoffs 3 times without me. Was 1-9, not in series, but in playoff games before I walked through that door.
So Scottie Pippen's been slumping lately as in his rookie year with the Chicago Bulls.
All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. In this video here, the old adage that Michael Jordan was a complete total failure until Scottie Pippen got there. Now, no one specifies about when it happened, but they literally say only once Pippen got there did the Bulls start winning. They don't say anything about once he was a starter, once he was an all-star, once Phil Jackson got there. No. They're leaving all that context out. They are saying, using the coincidence of Scottie Pippen is now on the roster, so their whole fortunes changed. The entire franchise is now on a totally different trajectory because of Scottie Pippen. Not because of Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Bill Cartwright. No, it's only because of Pippen. Here is the context of these morons, exactly what I'm talking about.
Fact 1. Michael Jordan played 5 seasons in the NBA without me as a teammate. 0 of those seasons he was above 500. Fact 2. Michael Jordan went to the playoffs 3 times without me as a teammate. All below 500 seasons, got into the playoffs. How'd they do? 1-9. Not in series, in games.
What was Michael Jordan? Scotty, you got to remember what Michael Jordan was before you. Oh, a guy that never got out of the first round? A guy that never won the MVP?
Before Scottie Pippen got there, a total and complete loser. Not just never got out of the first round, not just 1-9 in the playoffs, never even above 500 in the regular season.
And I'll make this argument. Michael needed Scottie and Phil.
All right, so I don't think I misheard that. They said that Jordan could not win until Pippen was on the team. Period. Let's take a look at the Bulls the year before Scottie Pippen got there. The 1986-87 Chicago Bulls. Here's the Eastern Conference. You got Boston, 59-23. They're the defending champions. Philadelphia is definitely not as good as they were. Washington's still a decent team. But in the Central Division, Atlanta's a 57-25 team. They got Dominique Wilkins, Kevin Willis. They're balling out. Detroit Pistons, they just got James Edwards, Adrian Dantley, Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman, all the pieces needed for a winning team. Milwaukee is still relevant, 50-32. Indiana's at 500. Here's the Bulls at 40-42. Now you can see what they're dealing with just in their division. You got 3 50-win teams and a 500 team in Indiana, a young Cleveland team, Boston and Philly, Washington, New Jersey and the Knicks. New Jersey is basically on their way down, and the Knicks will be on their way up because they just got Patrick Ewing. But anyway, as you can see, the Bulls won 40 games in this conference, in this environment. Now here's the Chicago Bulls 1987-88 team. As you can see, Michael Jordan led the NBA in points at 35 points a game. He also led the NBA in steals at 3.2. He led the NBA in box plus minus at 13.0. Charles Oakley's getting 12.4. Dave Corzine 10.1. Sam Vincent, who only played 27 games, he came over in a trade later in the year. But he actually played pretty well for him. 13 points, 8.4 assists. He was the only other player other than Jordan who had a positive box plus minus. Then you look down here at the very bottom at Scottie Pippen. 7.9 points per game. So he's tied for 6th leading scorer on the Bulls. He's got 3.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 1.2 steals, 57.6 from the free throw line, a box plus minus of negative 0.6. Now he was playing about 21 minutes a game. he did not start a single game. The Bulls won 50 games in 1988. How much of that do you think Scottie Pippen was actually responsible for? Because you just heard the media. Scottie Pippen turned their fortunes around. No more being under 500. They're now a 50-win team because of Scottie Pippen. Now, Michael Jordan won the scoring title, the MVP, and the Defensive Player of the Year that season. A lot of people say his best season was 1988. Now, I think it has more to do with Michael Jordan fine-tuning his game and also what the East looked like from 1987 to 1988. In 1988, here's what the East looked like. Now, Boston was a 59-win team in 87. They're now a 57-win team. You see, Washington is now 4 games worse. Philly is 9 games worse. Detroit is a little bit better, 2 games better than they were. Atlanta's 7 games worse. Milwaukee is 8 games worse. So some of the bad teams got better, got to like 500 thereabouts. But a lot of the higher-end teams are now coming back towards the pack more. There were only 2 teams in the East with a better record than the Bulls in 1988. They were the 3 seed. In 1987, they were the 8 seed. Do we think maybe that played more of a role in it? That's what I think. Okay, so to be fair to Scottie Pippen, I'm comparing him to some top 75 players. Scottie Pippen is a top 75 player, right? Okay, no top 25 players of my list, but what I have is a few other top 75 players who didn't start as a rookie, just like Pippen. So Pippen in 1988, 20.9 minutes a game, 7.9 points per game. They got to the semifinals. Okay, great. Kevin McHale in 1981, he played 20.1 minutes. He got 10 points a game. They won the championship in year 1. Now, I'm not saying McHale had a gigantic impact on that, but he did have a small impact on it. But even still, he played less minutes than Pippen did and scored over 2 more points a game. Okay? How about James Worthy, 1983, 25.6 minutes a game. So that's about what, 4.7 more minutes per game. Well, he's getting 5.5 more points per game than Pippen was. Now, Worthy got hurt and couldn't play in the finals, but he definitely had a hand in helping them get there. He was their 6th man on a loaded roster. Jamal Wilkes, Norm Nixon, Magic Johnson, Michael Cooper, Kareem, Bob McAdoo, loaded. How about in the same season, Reggie Miller was a rookie? 1988, he played 22.4 minutes, so 1.5 minutes more than Pippen did. He's getting 10 points a game. That's 2.1 points per game more than Pippen was getting. And he made the playoffs. They got beat in the first round, but they made the playoffs. Now, what about Dennis Rodman? Dennis Rodman in 1987, 15 minutes a game. That's it. He's getting 6.5. That's actually more points per minute than Pippen was getting. Rodman was getting more points per minute than Pippen was as a rookie. And they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7, and gave Boston all they could handle. So I've heard the argument that, well, a lot of teams, including Doug Collins, they didn't start rookies at that time in the NBA. Okay, fine. You can see Scottie Pippen as a rookie was a low-impact rookie. You heard the media. They're saying he's gigantic impact to the Bulls. In Scottie Pippen's second season, year 2, 1989, his first year as a starter, he's now a starter, 33.1 minutes per game. He's getting 14.4 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, 3.5 assists, shooting 66.8 from the free throw line. Okay? Charles Barkley, in his second season, he played a few more minutes. He's getting you 20 points a game, 12.8 rebounds, and was 6 for MVP. These are all top 75 players that are not in my top 25, who all played in the 80s. That's very important to note. How about Clyde Drexler? 1985, 31.9 minutes per game. That's actually less than Pippen was playing. He's getting you 17.2, 6 rebounds, so about the same, 2 more assists at 5.5, 2.2 steals per game. Patrick Ewing, 1987, 35 minutes. He's getting you 21.5 points per game, 7 more points per game than Scottie Pippen was getting. 8.8 rebounds and 2.3 blocks in Ewing's second season. Reggie Miller, like Pippen, he was a bench player his first year, but in year 2, he was getting you 34.3 minutes, getting you 16 points per game. More points than Pippen, 40.2% from 3. Dennis Rodman, 1988, his second season. He's only playing 26.2 minutes, but he's getting you 11.6 points per game. He's within 3 points of Scottie Pippen, but he played 7 minutes less. 8.7 rebounds, 8th for Defensive Player of the Year. Dominique Wilkins, 1984, 36.6 minutes, getting you 21.6 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, 3.1 are offensive. So he's getting more rebounds, more points than Scottie Pippen was. How about James Worthy in his second season, 1984, playing less minutes on a stacked roster? There was a lot of chance for Pippen to rack up the points. On a stacked roster, James Worthy got 14.5 points per game, more than Pippen, in 3.5 less minutes per game. Period. More rebounds at 6.3, and he shot 55.6 from the field. So my contention is this. If Scottie Pippen is in the same conversation as all these top 75 players, some will say better than some of these guys. He wasn't at first. He was a project. He was not a high-impact player right away. He was not going to turn the fortunes around of the Chicago Bulls just because he joined the team. It's ludicrous and stupid. Then how come in 1989, when Pippen was now a starter, why did the Bulls regress in the win total? They went from 50 with Pippen on the bench to 47 with Pippen in the starting lineup. Make it make sense for me. Pippen's the savior. He turned it all around for Jordan. No more losing. No more under 500 teams. Pippen's here now. Possibly could it be because in 1989, the East was rock solid and tough to deal with? The Knicks were 52-30. Philly was 46-36. Boston 42-40, even without Larry Bird. 40-42 Washington. New Jersey and Charlotte. Charlotte was the expansion team. New Jersey was definitely the worst team in the league aside from Charlotte. Detroit was the champion, 63 wins. Cleveland, 57-win team, the number 1 net rated team in the NBA. 52-win Atlanta, 49-win Milwaukee, and then you got the Bulls. Is the fact that there were 5 teams in the East with a better record than the Bulls, maybe that had something to do with it? But according to the media, the clutch acolytes, they're telling you that no, Scottie Pippen turned it all around for him. They were the 6th seed in 1989. I just did a video on this. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals. And trust me, it was not because of Scottie Pippen. It was because of Michael Jordan, mostly. Both closeout games in 1989, where was Pippen at? Oh, he got ejected against the Knicks, and then he took an elbow in the first minute, nowhere to be found. No impact at all. And look, I hate being in a position where I have to bash Scottie Pippen. I'm a Bulls fan. I've always appreciated Scottie Pippen and what he brought to the Bulls. But if you were around back then, you know what I'm talking about. Pippen was a raw project. He was not a guy who was going to be an immediate impact player. These idiots act like it was Tim Duncan on the Spurs or something. It's like, no. Pippen was as raw as it gets. He had a lot of athleticism, but his skills needed to be honed. He was not there yet. He was not Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, Patrick Ewing. He was not those guys, Dominique Wilkins. These guys were high impact immediately, right away. Pippen just wasn't. And that's okay. Neither was Horace Grant. When those guys got fully developed by the 1991 season, then you saw what Jordan could do with a couple of competent, highly developed players. There you go. He never had that. Having rookie and even second-year Scottie Pippen, that's not going to be enough, even with Horace Grant. No, these guys needed to enter their primes first. The East was loaded. Boston and Detroit, they were king. You aren't going to beat those teams with one superstar and a couple of sidekick role players. Not going to happen. You are going to need a quality team to beat them. I mean, Boston just won the East 4 years in a row. Detroit took them down in 88, and then Detroit won 10 series in a row until the Bulls swept them in 1991. When these guys got tough enough, gained the confidence and the development, then they were a legit team. I'm just so sick of these idiots on TV continue to tell these lies. And I heard somebody in the comments the other day. That's why I did this video. I'm just sick of this. Oh, 1-9, Pippen the savior. It's from uneducated fans who use the coincidence that Scottie Pippen was technically on the Bulls, that, oh, that's the reason, because of Pippen. You could say the same thing about Larry Hughes. Oh, LeBron couldn't even make a playoffs till Mike Brown and Larry Hughes got there. Ridiculous. This is the type of moronic stuff we're dealing with. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I give daily content, and that's it. Until next time.